everyone, welcome to this video where we're going to watercolour paint this picture that you can see in the corner of the hot cocoa mug. You can see that it comes from my Learn to Draw step-by-step book, which is available from Amazon. The link will be below, and it takes you through different levels of activities you can do, all with a winter theme. There you can see the one we're working on. There is another video just working through the steps of drawing, but in the back of the book there's also colouring pages, all winter themed, so that's something for you to think about. You can also join up on the website and subscribe for emails, and every time I bring out a new book or a set of sheets, you can get the sheets downloadable for free by just setting up that simple email subscription. So let's get started. I have drawn just a very simple outline of the cocoa mug and all of the cream and the bits on top. And what I've done is I have some brushes that I keep separate that I like to use with watercolours, so they don't get damaged by the acrylics, which can happen sometimes. But obviously use any brushes that you've got, it's absolutely fine. I've got a range of flat edge, angled brushes and rounds. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. You will get to know from me watching my videos. I just start and we go through the process together. I don't try to plan and think ahead too much. Now the mug, I think I would like it to be, what colour should we have the mug? Oh, let me just get a mixing palette. I've completely forgotten to get a palette. We really do need a palette. Right, stick it over here to the side. I think I want quite a nice, oh, I'm terrible. Yeah, purple. Purple is one of my favourite colours. And I try not to mix over your work, by the way. I'm very squashed because I'm recording on my phone as well as on a webcam, and the front facing's ready, but I'm not using it today. So water it up so that you get it a consistency that you want. So I want quite a pale shade. I'm testing it out. I always have a piece of paper underneath. I'm just testing it out, and I can see that that's nice and pale. This is going to be kind of pastel effect painting, I think. I don't want sort of too bright colours with this. And I'm just bringing that nice light colour round. It does actually look paler on the screen than it is in real life. There must be something wrong with the brightness settings. Anyway, carrying on, and I am going into the dry paper because I don't want it to spread. I really want to kind of guide where I want to put it. I'm going to bring it round, but kind of going to leave that middle part lighter than the rest because that's where the light is coming from. So I'm going to go into my paint and put it around the edges and bring it into the centre. I'm just going to come around like this. I have lightly drawn the wording underneath so that I have a guide, but it's pretty much getting covered over. So you're going to have to maybe practice the wording on another bit of paper. Now where it's dried, I'm coming in again just to darken up some areas. It's going to be dark all the way underneath where the cream is, because that's kind of leaning over the lip of the mug a bit. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe and follow me on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you go. I have an account on most socials. All the links are below. Please click the notification bell, and then you'll get told when any of my new videos come out. I bring them out regularly because I do all of the Learn to Draw sheets in my book over a period of 2 to 3 months, and then I bring out another one. At the moment I have 4 different ones available for you, and all the videos are on YouTube. Right, so I want to really darken up underneath there a little bit, so I need to get that dried. I'm just going to use my dryer a minute. I only really do that because I am creating a tutorial and I don't want you sitting there waiting for it to dry, but of course you can do that when you're doing yours. So all I'm doing now is where I know that it is going to be most dark, I'm coming in. I wonder if you can see it there. Yeah, it's a bit too dark now. I have a new setup, so I'm still trying to get the new lighting and everything right. I think it's definitely much lighter on what you're looking at than what I'm looking at in real life. It's got much more pigment there. So I'll have to sort that out. Okay, so the handle will need to be the same colour. So I'm just going to go all over the handle. I'm just using the same round. It's just like a medium-sized round brush, just guiding it round. Here we go. Just going to give it one coat. And but with being watercolour, you can be so loose. This is what I love about watercolours, is that we can just be so loose with it and just do what we want. I think I'm going to come straight in. There we go, from the purple, and I'm kind of just dabbing it in round there now, just to give us a little bit more punctuation of brightness and vibrancy. There, love that. Okay, maybe also do the bottom as well. Oops, there's not much water on there, it's all dried, so we'll just add a little bit. Hopefully you're all hearing me as well, because I had to reset up everything. I had my computer repaired, so I've had to reset all the settings up on everything. Okay. So the rim of the mug doesn't necessarily have to be purple, so I'm just going to go in straight with some grey. There. So, yeah, I can do that, and then maybe put a little bit of the purple in with it, like a purpley grey colour, so that it's not exactly the same as the mug, it's just kind of an accent of the colour. There. Right, the cream. We need to find a creamy colour. I mean, cream really is white, isn't it? But let's go, I'm going to go in with like a yellowy colour, almost like, what do you call it? Yellow ochre. Couldn't think of the words. I'm going to mix some of that. I think it might just need, I know I don't normally put white in, but it needs to be a bit creamier. Maybe like a little bit of like peachy colour. Yeah. Where did I get that from? Is it that one? Oh no, that's gone way too orangey. Let's come in again. Let's try, grab some more of that white. That's nice. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and wiggle it round. Basically, we're going to do the main circle parts, and we are literally just wriggling it around. Okay, and then we can have fun. See there, we've got just a very pale creamy colour. Doesn't need any more than that. I would just leave it as it is, no more. This is just a nice loose beginner level activity. We don't want to do too much. Okay, so my next job will be to do the marshmallow. So I'm going to get myself a smaller brush. It's only slightly smaller. Marshmallows are generally pink and white, aren't they? So let's just pick up a pink. I'm not too sure I like this pink much. It's more purple. Let's try and get the one from my other set over here. Oh, I think this is pink. Red. I'll mix some white in until we've got a nice pink. Hopefully some of you can see that. I'm just trying to mix a pink. We're getting there. Yeah, okay, happy with that. So we'll just check that it's dry. It's pretty dry. So now I'm going to come in and draw some marks. Literally, that's all it is. Just little marks of where your marshmallow is. And I'm going to do the body of the marshmallows. I'm going to do them all pink. We're having pink marshmallows today. And then to create that 3D, we're going to come in with like a slightly darker version. Okay. I mean, it's quite difficult because you've got a very small space to try and make these look like marshmallows. But just keep it loose. Have fun. Okay. I'm going to look back at the picture and I think I might have just missed a marshmallow right in the middle there. So let's put another one in. Oh, it's a bit wet. Okay. So now we're going to come in and we'll leave that to dry. I'm going to do the heat that's coming off. Now I know sort of heat is related to red, but I don't really want red in my picture. So what should we do? Should we do that same cream? We'll just start with that and see what happens. It's like the same creamy colour. I think that's quite nice. It's nice and subtle. It's not too in your face. Remember I said at the beginning, I think I'm going to go for like pastel shades. Of course, you change this however you want. Make it whatever you want. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I might just come in with some yellow ochre straight off, darken it in places. I'm going to do the same with the cream. I'm going to start like just marking in where there would be some darkness, some shadow. And bringing that round. There we are. So it's good to just keep going in with different values of the paint and just create any kind of marks that you want, and that's what will create depth. Start off really light and then come in darker. So I'm going to come in darker again with the purple. Not quite that dark. Let's add some water and spread that out. But just in those corners, I'm going to bring out some really, really dark shading. Drag it down, because that's what will help to make the final picture pop, is you putting such extreme values on with some really, really darks, and then also having these really light areas. That's what makes your artwork pop. Always remember value, value, value. So now we're coming in and I want to do some darkness on the handles, kind of on the underside. Yeah. A bit more here. The joy of watercolours is you just kind of let it do its own thing. Just give it some guidance. But I kind of like that it does its own thing. I'm also going to put some here. Good. As you can see, as I've said before, I make it up as I go along, so you get to see the whole process of me thinking what's going to go where. Now I think the bottom of the cream, that should be really dark here, and it's not dark enough, so I'm going straight in with the purple and I'm coming around, so we can see that that's the top of the mug. That's much better. Okay. And we need to wiggle in some dark here again as well. Good. Okay, coming back up to the top. So I'm just going to get my really, really detailed brush, small detail brush, if I can find it. I have had a sort out of my studio and a lot of my things I can't find, but I'm sure they'll crop up eventually. Right, so I'm coming in. This is the darker colour, so I'm going to come in and just put it down where I think the darker part's going to be on the marshmallow. Okay, which will be where it's coming out of the mushroom. Don't know where that came from. Where it's coming out of the cream. I'm just going to dry it a minute because that one in the middle isn't very dry. Okay, so I need to come in with that darker colour like I did with the others. And oh, it's still not dry. Goodness me. I think we'll just leave that one where it is for now and let it dry. Okay, so I want to come in again with a slightly darker colour here and also be creating some kind of wispy marks just to bring that part of it to life a bit as well. So you can add some new marks in if you want that weren't already there. Whatever you want. I'm just going straight in from the colour now to get some of that in. So I just think it brings it to life a bit again by having that difference in value. Remember, this is a beginner activity. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. It's not going to be lifelike, but it's just going to be fun. Okay, so now hundreds and thousands, which I think are like all sorts of colours, aren't they? So let's go in with a blue to start with. And we're just going to add in some little speckles of colour that represent the hundreds of thousands. They're like little lines really, aren't they? Hundreds and thousands. So there's some blue ones. And that's when it starts to come to life as well, when you start adding in the decorations. So we've got blue. Let's go for a green. Let's have some green hundreds and thousands. I don't know if there's green hundreds and thousands, but I'm having them, so it's all good. Make it your own. Put them wherever you want them. Okay, love that. And then let's go for, I want something that stands out. Let's go for brown, because you can get like the little brown chocolatey ones as well, can't you? Let's put some of those in. Oh, it looks tasty. It's making me hungry and thirsty for a hot chocolate with cream and marshmallows and hundreds and thousands. Let's put some grouped together, because that looks all a little bit too spaced out evenly. We can't be having that now, because that's not how it would be, is it? They would be all over the place in little batches and bundles. That's better. Our brain likes to even things out naturally and put things in line, and that's not how life is, so we have to adjust that for ourselves. Okay, so we've come to the point now where we can go in and we can write something on the mug. You don't have to, you can just leave it as it is. But you will want to have the sheet next to you that you've just copied from. So here's the one that I've printed. Again, if you sign up for emails on my website, links below, you can get these printouts. I've drawn that one, and that one is the printout. So I'm going to have a go now at lettering that writing in. I've got microns, so I'm going to use a 0.4, and I'm going to come in, and what you can do is leave your picture as it is, but I always like to line mine a bit and just come in and create, just finish the illustration off, you know, because that's what it is. It's more of an illustration than it is like a detail painting. Some fun. Stick it in your sketchbook, use it in your crafting, you can use it in your card making. It's good for all those things. And I probably won't go over every single line, but I'm just gonna, what I like to do is just put some of that detail in places. Just, there we go, just defines it a little bit more. Just do the front a bit there as well. I need to come in and do some of these because I did some on the other side, and my brain wants to even it out. It doesn't like it if it's not even. There we go. Right, So we're going to go for the hot cocoa lettering. Now what I would suggest you do now that it's dry, if you get some graphite paper, you can try and letter it yourself. But what I want to do is use the graphite paper. Try and line your picture up so it's the same underneath, in the same place. And then go over it, go over the writing with a pencil. Okay, so we're just going to go over roughly, doesn't have to be perfect. This is the best way to get the best result. If you want it to look exactly like my one, it's going to put a nice pencil line there for you to go over with your pen. Okay, and I want to make things easy for you. I don't want you to find these things hard. They're meant to just be fun. So I've got a rough outline over there. It won't have all come out very well simply because of the watercolour paper, but it's giving us a bit of guidance to start with. So I'm going to start here, come down and loop over, loop up. Now we've got to go in for that circle, haven't we? So let's see, I don't want to do it like it is there. We're just going to go like that. Hot, and then chocolate. Oh, it's hot cocoa, isn't it? Hot cocoa time. I seem to do it different every time. Anyway, there we go. Cocoa time. I think you might find it easier in some ways just to write it yourself, which is what I have decided to do because I can't see the lettering very well and I'm trying to copy it and it's actually making it harder. So just do it however you want to do it. Okay, we're going to curl, do some of these little curly bits. We can do little clusters of dots. I'm going to come round and make that T a bit nicer. Okay, little stars, little star marks here and there. It just gives it a little bit of something extra. So there we have it, it's done. What you could do is you can go into the top and draw in wherever your marshmallows are in and make those stand out better, because otherwise we know, our eye knows that they're marshmallows, but they're just not really looking like marshmallows very much. And then on the main picture, there's also like added details. So we could go along and do some of those as well. My voice is going. You can tell I haven't done any tutorials for a while. I'm not used to all the talking. So I'm coming round and I'm literally just adding in some more of that cream detailing to make it look as cream-like as possible. There, you can see now it's looking more 3D-like. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. There's going to be, for this one, we draw, we watercolour, we paint with acrylics, and then we colour with either markers or colour pencils, or both. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but if you look along on my videos, you'll be able to see them all there. All of my links are below for the website, so you can get your free downloads to print, or you can buy the book again, as I've said before. I've got about 4 books out now. They're all available on Amazon. Links will be below. Please subscribe, click the notification bell, or comment, like, whatever, share, please. It all will help my channel to grow. Thank you so much.